be making a wall hanging craft. So for the wall hanging craft, these are all the things we need. Any color yarn, but white because we're using a canvas and the canvas is white and white on white won't look good. So we also need a few pearls, some threads, make sure you have green and any other color. Some scissors and different sized forks. And don't forget a needle. So now let us get on making this craft. So first, let's take our big fork and a piece of our noodly yarn. So for this first step, we need to put our yarn like this. So put a small piece of the yarn at the back of the fork in the middle. Then take this part this part of the yarn that's on the front side of the fork and start going one side into the middle and then another side into the middle. Don't forget to tighten it after you've done one row. And keep on doing this until you finish with your string or you finish to the top of the fork. This is how it looks when you finish going up to the top of the fork. Now we have to tie these two pieces together and then cut the excess. First make an X, then put one yarn loop inside the small hole at the bottom and then tighten it. Then do it again. And then we cut off the excess. This is how it looks when it's done. So the next step is to knit. Well, it's not really knitting, but we have to take the needle, tie the thread on it, and then stick it through a loop and take it out from the top, and then take the thread and start to tie it. I took the orange thread and put it inside the needle hole. Now I have to quickly tie the thread at the bottom so it doesn't get off the needle. So for us to do that, we need to loop the thread over our fingers and make a circle. Then we put one of the pieces inside the circle and then tighten it up. Now it will not get loose. So let's get on to the thing that's a little bit like knitting. Now we have to take the thread and put it from the back side into a small gap, and then it should come up at the top. Then we can take it like this and then tie it. But first we need to put most of it out and then tie it. So make the X and then loop it under the bottom hole, tighten it up, and do the same thing again. And then we cut off the excess. And then we have to tie the same thing at the bottom, and then we can go back into another loop. Remember what I said earlier. Wrap it around 2 fingers, and then take the thread off of your fingers. Put the thread inside the small hole and tighten it up. Now we can knit this side. This is how it looks when you're done. Don't forget to cut off the excess. Now, this is the next step. We have to take our yarn off of the fork and go and wrap it in together. Then we have to squish it in like this. This is how it's supposed to look when you're done. I made the rest of these in the same way, except with different size forks. Some of them are small and some of them are big. Now I'll teach you how to make a smaller one. Now let's make a multicolored flower. So first, choose 2 colors of the yarns. Then grab your small fork and take 1 color, put a little bit behind the fork, and start to do like this. Just like we did earlier. Don't forget, we always need to tighten. Also, you should hold this piece down. Once you feel like your thread is getting a bit running out, then you take your other color and start to tie it. So how to make the tie is put the 2 yarns together, wrap it around your finger to make a circle. Take this yarn off your finger and put some yarn inside the circle. There you have your knot. If it doesn't work, don't worry. You can try again. Just follow the steps that I told you. Now you can keep on doing the tie. Once you're done, it should look like this. And then don't forget to tie it at the back. Remember the X trick that I told you earlier. And then we cut off the excess. That's how it looks when we are done with the first step of the small one. Now we need our stitching skills. So line the threads evenly together and then make a small circle on your finger. Take the thread out and then put this small thread inside the thread circle. We start stitching. It looks like this. And now let's pull it off. Wrap it together and let's squish it. This is how it looks once it's done. Now that we're done with all the flowers, let's arrange them on our canvas. Let's put this blue one here along with this pink and green. Now I just marked the big flowers with the pencil. See? Underneath the big flowers, there's a small dot so I can remember where I put the big flowers. And then I can put the other two small flowers. Now I put the thread to the needle and now I'm going to stitch the flower from the bottom of the canvas to the top. So let's lift up the canvas and then poke a hole here. Then let's keep on going. Tie one pearl. And then we put it down. I did reverse stitching. See? So since I put it first from the back side, now I put it from the front side. This is how it looks in the end. Put a knot with the X trick that I showed you earlier. I'm trying to stitch another flower. Then I'll go this way. Oops. Now I'm putting the pearl and reverse stitching. And I backstitched. So I backstitched and tied a knot. Now I need to cut the excess. This is how it looks. Added another flower and look how neat the set is. So on the markings we put on the canvas, the markings that we thought we would put the big flowers on, we should put the big flowers on and stitch on the dots or the markings. So if you think that the flowers are too loose, then you can just tie a string around them, like this. Like this. And then we can cut off the excess. This looks better. And now it's ready now that all the sets are done, this is how it looks. This is the back side. I used 4 layers to make the thread thick. And for the stem, I'm going to be using a green thread. And let's make the stem. I did a few stems, so I'm going to show you how to do one. So first, we pick our spot on where we need to do our stem. Then we put the needle through the canvas. And then we take it out and put it to the flower. And then right below the flower, we poke another hole with the needle. We pull it out at the bottom. We have to pull out all the string and then pull. Now we have to pull. Done. Now, this is how it looks. Let's do some leaves. So to make some leaves, we need to find a spot on the stem where we want to put our leaves. And then we put our needle there and poke the hole. Then we make a small line. But first we need to pull out all the string. And then we can put our leaf in a small space. And then pull out the back. There's one leaf. Now let's do another leaf. You can make your leaves bigger. I'm going to make my leaf a bit bigger. And then attach it to the stem. I'm making some grass because near flowers there's always grass where I see. Now I'm going to put it in this. Oh, I also drew a line to make sure on where I put the needle. I made a small, I made a line here, and I'm putting some more lines like this in a diagonal way to show the grass. So I wanted to make some dirt, so I took the nearest color, which is this, and I took 2-3 lines and made a thick 3 lines underneath the green line, just to show the dirt. When finished, this is how it looks. If you feel like you want to add more details, then you can add more flowers, you can add more grass, you can add a background, you can do whatever you want. Make sure you use your creativity. If you like this video, hit the subscribe button, like button, notifications bell, and also the share button. Bye for now.